Welcome to our roundup of action on day 2 at the Rotterdam 6 day from the Ahoy Arena. The first race of the night was the Madison, 100 laps, 4 sprints, and the overnight leaders Niki Terpstra and Iljo Keisse were not letting anybody get away. But the Belgian duo of Ketele and Jasper De Buyst were showing that they wanted to take the fight to the overnight leaders. Nobody giving anybody any quarter. All the big teams were looking at each other. Mind you, that meant that some teams could sneak an attack. And the AA Drink team of Havik and Stoppler did exactly that, getting away and taking a lap. It was a magnificent effort by Havik and Stoppler, and when the bell went, it was down to them to control it right to the end. Nobody expected them to have launched an attack. The big teams just had kept looking at each other. In the end, it was Havik and Stoppler who took the first race of the night. In the first of the Sprint Masters races, the 200-meter sprint, it was Jeffrey Hogeland, who was just as good as his word yesterday and being the fastest rider and improved on his time, clocking at 10.648. That's 67.5 kilometers an hour. In the team elimination, Mark Hesters made the most fantastic effort to get across to Iljo Keisse and Jasper De Buyst, but it wasn't enough. He left all his energy on the track, and it came down to a sprint between Keisse and De Buyst. The Belgians having a really good session early on here at the Ahoy Arena and taking the sprint ahead of the overnight leaders, moving them right up on the leaderboard, overtaking Michael Morkov and Alex Rasmussen for second place overall. And so to the Derny racing. 2 rounds and aggregate score decides the winners. Probably the most popular racing here. It's as competitive amongst the Derny pace riders on the motorcycles as it is with the riders themselves. And once again, a battle royal between the Dutch and Belgian teams. Initial win being with Niki Terpstra and Michel Vaten. Advantage back with the team Vlaanderen and Keisse of Terpstra and Keisse. But the Belgians were taking the fight all the way. And although Michel Vaten tried to take another win by coming very, very late with Iljo Keisse, this time Ron Zeilaert, the Derny pace rider on the gold motorcycle there, was having none of it and took the win for the Belgians. De Buyst taking another victory. Following both Derny races, things couldn't have been tighter at the top, with Terpstra and Keisse on 133 points, Ketele and Jasper De Buyst on 131 points, the Danes on 106. Those 3 teams on 0 laps. They all decided to get out of the super elimination race very early, saving themselves tactically for the last Madison. The victory in the race went to Mark Hester and Vivian Brice, their only win of the day. It was super tight going into the final event of the day, the big chase. A 200-lap Madison where only laps count, and at 186 laps still to go, Ketele and Jasper De Buyst launched an attack that gave them a very early lap advantage. The pace remained super high, stopping charges off the front, but Niki Terpstra and Iljo Keisse launched a massive attack and achieved something very rarely seen in 6-day racing, known as the doublette. They took 2 laps in one, going straight over the top and taking a second advantage lap after gaining a first. With only 6 laps to go though, Ketele and Jasper De Buyst launched a counter-attack. There was no way that Terpstra and Keisse could get that lap back. They were at severe disadvantage. It just remained to see who would win the sprint itself. And it was De Buyst and Ketele who actually took the overall win. 20 points to their name as well as a lap up, and they go into the overnight as leaders.
Here we are, Ketele and Jasper De Buyst. Guys, a fantastic final. It was back and forth. Kenny, can you describe it?
Yeah, well, we were always a bit taking the advantage by going early. But all of a sudden we had to change tactics because Iljo and Niki were going really strong, and they went for a doublette and managed to do that. But in the end we went with a very late attack, and yeah, it all worked out perfect at the end.
Jens Morris and Wim Stutinger are very dangerous. How dangerous are they, Jasper?
Yeah, you always have to take tension with Stutinger because he's so fast, and Morris is really strong. He can keep riding, so they're a dangerous couple. But they're now one lap behind, and they don't have a lot of points. So yeah, we should take put pressure on them, but yeah, we see.
Yeah, so tomorrow night they should get the 100 points and gain a lap. Are they the most dangerous rivals, Jens and Wim Stutinger, or is it more Terpstra, the Danes?
Well, I think at this point, from what my legs tell me, I think Iljo and Niki are maybe the biggest contenders because they take easily points as well and they're really strong. But the Danish guys, Alex and Michael, are really strong as well. And as Jasper said, Wim is so fast, so he's always dangerous, and Jens is perfect to support him in the chase. So I think we have a really open battle with 4 teams, and we're in the lead out with a lap ahead. But that means that we have to defend tomorrow, so that won't be easy.
Jasper, you won in Ghent. You've done well in the World Cups this year. Just how important would a Rotterdam 6-day win be to you?
We really would like to win because it would be our first wins together, and yeah, our big goal is World, so it's pretty important for us to do the 6 together, and it would be nice if we could win one together.
A magnificent day overall then for the Belgian team. RTV Rijnmond, Ketele and Jasper De Buyst go in as overnight leaders after day 2 of the 6 days of Rotterdam. Ketele and De Buyst have 151 points. Terpstra and Keisse 143. But the Belgians are a lap ahead. Morkov and Rasmussen still remain third after a day of hard riding in the saddle, 112 points, but a lap down.